why are you out here naked, bro? You know this, bro?
Come on,
That just tells me that just right there, bro, just lets me know he go raw on everything.
Bing,
If you out here with a naked phone, you ain't putting no Jimmy on. That's a fact.
Fuck your life.
He raw dog machine for that.
I got money on my mind, I'm just trying to get some dough. I ain't picking up my line, unless it's money on the phone. Gotta get it on the daily, all I want is dubs, you know what I'm on. I've been chasing after paper, all I know is run, money marathon.
Capital gains.
Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, world? This is a great episode. Happy to announce Quirky Media has started expanding, to say the least. What say you, Tanny?
Absolutely. It's almost like just way too excited to see what's about to happen right now. So
Right.
just really excited to be a part of history right now.
So, on one of the podcasts that we have, No Name Podcast, we had my boy DJ come on. That was a really good episode. Homie was hella informative. Killed the game with info I didn't even know. Most people don't know. And it was so good to me and to Tanny. We had to bring him back again. And he brought his homeboy, Peter Parker.
Yeah.
What's up, man? How y'all boys doing?
Good, man. How you?
I'm all right.
Fortunate to be here.
That's what's up.
I appreciate y'all having us here for sure, and just being able to do commerce another day. It's always good to get some money. That's what we here for.
So it's a special show, and like I said, we're trying to introduce some new things and get it together.
George Brent.
Get it together. We're trying to introduce some new things, and one of the new things is a new podcast added to the LLC program, to the Quirky Media program. So, capital gains. That's the new frontier. That's the new endeavor.
Yep.
Let's talk about it.
What's capital gains though? What does it mean?
What does it mean to you? So when you hear capital gains, what do you think?
I'm not good with big words.
You like how
If I'm being honest, I'm not good with big words.
No, compound word. Break it apart. Make it small.
Capital, money, gains, get more. Okay.
Let's keep it.
Get more money.
Get more money. Capital gains. Yeah. Get more money. I don't like to build capital gains. I don't know.
That and multiple other perspectives. For me, it's a little bit more about, refining yourself, expanding, leveling up. And sometimes that relates to, your relationships. That also relates to your health and also your finances. So we want to make sure that we touch on all those particular topics as we, branch out into this particular podcast.
Right. So let's talk about a little bit about y'all boys, where y'all come from, how y'all started this whole thing. We know a little bit about you, DJ. My boy Peter. What's up with you, man? Where you from? How did you get into the game? How did you gain your knowledge? You know what I'm saying?
So I'm from Philadelphia. Lived in probably every major city in the world, probably from Los Angeles, New York, New Orleans, Atlanta, New Jersey. I mean, everywhere. I probably lived everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Traveled the world, just been directing videos. That's how I got my claim to fame. Just been directing a lot of videos from, the Snoop Dogg's to the Lil Uzi verse when he first started, to Lil Baby, to the Latin world, the Jamaican world. I mean, it was crazy, right?
So you got a film background.
100%. Film background.
How'd you get into film?
So I played football, right, my whole life, right?
Okay.
So I played football, got a full scholarship to Widener University.
I ain't gonna lie. I was wondering, like,
Yeah.
you didn't just hop into videography and film.
No.
You's a big dude. You're a big dude.
Sure. It's funny because my name's Peter Parker, so when I come on set and people don't know who I am, they're like, yo, who's the security guy, right? You know what I'm saying? But I come in and something Peter Parker, they're like, what the? Like, you know what I mean? Nobody's expecting me.
You're a towering dude. You're like,
right, 100%.
Oh, shit.
So, so I went to Widener University on full scholarship. I played for about 2 years. My second year, I took a directing class, right?
Okay.
And I just bled football every day. That's all I did was play football. Right? It was my whole life. I was supposed to go there, then go to transfer to a D1 school. That was my whole plan. I took a directing class and I just fell in love with directing, like just the art of whatever you create in your mind can be on a screen, right? So I fell in love with that idea, and literally, I lived in the editing room for about a year in school, just studying different things. Like one day I'd be like, how to set a person on fire, and I'll just try to do it. And then it got so crazy to the point where our final project for our class was how you graduate, right?
Right.
And people were paying me to finish their projects, and it got so bad that it was called a signature, right? So everybody has their signature. I didn't know what it was at the time. So the teacher was like, I could tell it's you because this is your signature. This is how you edit, right?
Right. This is your thing that you're
But
doing.
that was my hustle though in college,
Right.
right? I was doing everybody videos, and then I think I met, who did I meet? This guy that introduced me to Deshaun Jackson. He played for the Eagles at the time.
Okay.
And they signed me onto their record label, and it like just started going crazy from there.
Took off from there.
Yep.
Damn. That's a hell of a fucking journey.
Yep. And we got twists, turns, upside, all type of crazy stuff in the journey. Been in the game, what, 10 years now?
Right.
Yep.
So what's the biggest, go ahead, DJ.
I was about to say, like, you can't, so, like, he be being hella modest sometimes, like, because when I met P, like, one of the main things that was told to me, it was one of the biggest videos that he had did, and he didn't even just mention it, and it was J. Cole, Love Yours.
Oh, right.
Yeah, unless he gonna say, oh,
right,
right.
so
Like, that's
I
the
mean,
little
look,
thing.
see,
Like,
I always talk about this. Like, you talk to people and they're like, oh yeah, I shoot music videos and
Right,
I
right.
just do that. And then you
Right.
start finding out like, no, you like shot Alicia Keys shit? Like, you know,
Right.
Michael Jackson?
But the crazy thing is, like, it's not like J. Cole was like, hey, P, I want a video from you, right? It's
Right.
not how it happened. Like, it was just through a law of attraction. Like, I literally, Forest Hills Drive came out in 2015, and it was his birthday, right? So I'm like, yo, it'd be dope to, like, do a tribute video. All right, so how it all started was I was in the bathroom getting my haircut. I lived in Atlanta at the time, and I was like, yo, this album is so crazy. But the song Love Yours came on. It was like a representation of my life.
Right.
So I'm like, how do I get this video? Like, what would it take for me to get this video as a no-name director this time? I made all type of phone calls, couldn't get nowhere, right?
Right.
So I went on Google and I looked up his publicist's email, looked at everybody's email. So I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a video that's like a movie that explains the feeling of the video, and I'm gonna just send it to all these emails to try to see if somebody opens it up.
Got it.
That was my plan. We shoot the video in Philly. Hired a bunch of people for it and everything like that. The video went well. A lot of crazy shit that day, like people just not showing up on time. People saying they can't make it because, of course, it's not the official J. Cole video, so nobody's just about to show up, right? But on the strength of my name at the time, people were coming. We did the video. 3 days later, right? 3 days later, I fly to New Orleans to film something for Tyreek Evans and Anthony Davis. They played for Sacramento at the time.
Okay.
So we in the club, we filming. Guess who walked in the club?
Who?
J. Cole. Never met this man in my life, never been to a concert, never been in the same room, in the same building with this guy.
Right.
3 days after I shoot the video, and my editor's in a hotel editing it right now, he walks in the club. And mind you, I'm with Anthony Davis and Tyreek Evans. We got the biggest section in the club because they are New Orleans, right?
Right.
So, no, they played for New Orleans at the time. I thought they played for New Orleans. So he walks in our section. I'm like, bro, you know I just shot the video, bro. You got to introduce me. They're like, no, bro. Like, I'm like, no, I'm cursed. I'm like, bro, this is crazy, right?
Right. I need that plug.
Cool. Get introduced to him. I tell him this crazy story about how I shot the video. He's looking at me like I'm nuts, right? He's like, what? Right? I'm like, bro, I just shot your video 3 days ago. I was gonna give it to you. I didn't know how I was gonna like. Imagine me, right?
Right.
Up and coming director, and I'm excited, and I'm just like, how do I get him this video? He pulls up, so I'm just excited. I'm talking too much, whatever. Get his manager number. That's funny.
This is
So I get his number. I get his manager's number. No contact for like a week, right? So I can't get a hold of him.
Right.
I say, you know what? F it. I'm gonna drop the video, and I met him, so I'm like happy. I'm grateful at this point. Drop the video. We get 1 million views in one day. So now I'm like, oh shit! This is my first video with 1 million views. Like I'm excited. A week later, I'm filming Rondae Hollis Jefferson that played for Arizona at the time. J. Cole comes in town randomly. We go to the concert. They ended up recognizing me. Make a long story short, they invited me on a tour bus, and they didn't even remember what I said. Like I'm like, yo, did you see the video? They're like, what video? I showed it to them. They couldn't believe I shot it. They was like, yo, this looks so good that I'm gonna just make this the official video. And that's how it became the official video.
There you go. Shit. I think we get some we get some type. Can you hit a button? Tanny? Now, how did y'all boys meet? How did this relationship come about?
What?
I feel like it's a funny story that's about to unravel.
Man, I'm about to say, it's crazy just like how the universe will put certain people in positions in order for you to be with other people. So it was It was around Art Basel, probably like 2 years
Art Basel.
ago.
It was
yeah.
Art Basel.
Yeah, it was like right after. Actually,
Speak for everybody that don't know. What is Art Basel?
It's a big art festival in Miami.
Miami, down there in Wynwood, right?
Wynwood.
It's a week-long experience of all types of artists, musicians coming out and expressing themselves, and it's a ass load of money moving around. I remember because NFTs was popping during that time.
And it's around December, right?
Yeah,
December 7th.
December 7th?
That's
okay.
why I love it, because my birthday the 12th.
So you just slid right up on into the birthday, Art Basel's birthday.
It's just like they did it for me. That's why, like, that's probably the only time I go out all year is Art Basel.
Nice.
But it's that year at Art Basel, it was wild, bro, because NFTs was just popping off. Somebody sold a banana for like $92,000 or something.
That's fucking crazy. That NFT shit I never understood, bro. Like you about to sell some art that is not really art because it represents something else with a money value and it's crypto too. And I'm like, you lost me.
This is the beauty of the Capital Gains podcast, because like now we can expose what that actually was happening. What we've seen right there was an aspect of money laundering. Like, I can't hold you that. No, because a great example is the movie Tenet. Denzel Washington's son, he played in that. And
John David Washington.
Yeah, exactly. Great movie. He's a great actor. And in this movie, they have something called free ports where they store art where it's tax free. So you have to understand, like, when somebody if I can put $4 million up into a piece of art and then I can just write it off as, like a tax incentive, and I typically just get to store it. It's the same as a bank vault. I'm putting my money that appreciates in a picture, fam,
Got
or
you.
a vase or something. And so technically people understand that. It's the same exact thing with 50 Cent at the end of the year when he ended up going to go buy like 6 cars because he had all this money to pay back in taxes. Bought the cars, didn't have to pay the money in taxes. Bookkeeping is so important. Like, it should keep you out of jail.
So this is why we created Capital Gains.
Right, right. So y'all down there at Art Basel,
Yeah, so
2021?
Was it 21 or 20? No, it wasn't 2020.
Was it 20? We was COVID. We was locked down. Everybody was in the house.
It was 21.
21.
So we down at Art Basel, and the crazy thing is we had went to David Weeks. He had this plastic event, and I actually had seen bro, but we didn't know each other at that time. And then somebody had came in town, and they was looking for a cryptocurrency person, and they ended up meeting my homie. And then he was like, "I got somebody for you." I ended up linking up with bro. And I showed him I do white paper development, all types of other stuff, and he was like, "Well, I got somebody I want you to meet." And then he ended up linking me up with Parker, and then it's just been pretty much history ever since. When we initially started out with NFT projects, I was doing my Trust Fund Baby project, he was doing the Guerrilla Filmmaker project, and then we started working on metaverse development. Now it's to the point where I'm working on augmented reality clothing that I want to integrate in with his clothing line for digital billionaires. So it's just like ever since we linked up, it's just
been.
But to break it down,
Flourishing relationship.
he'll give you like the scientific, like the crazy word, right? I'm gonna just give it down to you, break it down for the my people. You know what I mean? The people that can understand it. Right.
Talk to me.
I was basically looking. So NFTs just started booming, right? And I wanted to get into NFTs. I understood it a tad bit, but I wanted to get into it. But I needed somebody that had the knowledge, because everybody's selling knowledge these days, but not too many people actually have the knowledge. They actually selling more than they have.
Right.
So
that's the marketing.
Right, 100%. So when I got with bro, I was like, he just gave me game for free, right? Just giving me game on NFTs. And I'm like, bro, I got the marketing background. I have I know how I want it to look. I know how I want it to sound. Like, I see the vision.
Yeah.
I need somebody that knows how to physically put that together. You know what I'm saying?
And that's where he came in.
Right.
One thing about DJ, you get him talking, no, he just gonna hit you. Right. You like, I thought we would just have a conversation. Okay, yeah. You got to do what with your credit?
Right,
Send what letters? What laws? What's illegal again? Tell me again. I'm gonna call you tonight. For real.
Literally, that's how it was, bro. I'm asking him all these questions down. We getting into credit. Now it gets crazy at that point. So you want to learn everything in life. You're like, wait a minute, I missed out 30 years of my life of not knowing this.
See, we talked about that too. Like that's something that they don't teach you in high school. You know what I mean? They teach you economics. You know what I mean? They teach you about taxes and how to pay your taxes. They don't teach you about credit and how to build your credit and leverage your credit to do what you need to do in life, real life.
Right. So to the point of capital gains, right? So some may say capital gains and it's about leveling up money, but if you work out, right, you go to the gym, how do you get gains in your muscles, right? You have to go through pain. You have to go through struggle. You have to
Right.
go through something to get those gains. So another way of looking at it is
Change
capital
hurt.
gains is, you know, you go through struggles in capital, right? Like you get money, you take losses, you invest, you might not get your money back. But to get real gains in a company, you have to go through the struggle.
Right.
So, you know, that's how I kind of look at the word capital gains.
Got it.
You know what I mean? To get the gain, you got to go through the pain.
What they said, even Jesus suffered.
Yep.
No, that's real though.
That's a fact.
For real, bro. I'm like, how you can't, and then, you know, failure's part of the learning curve. You can't expect to, you know, really succeed unless I learned how to become my empress. She said I'm a sore winner, but I took my L's in order so I learned how to win properly. And
Win the game and say, fuck you, motherfucker.
no, it's not even that.
You lost.
I be hyping myself because I always know I could have did better, and it's just like I've always been told I'm very hard on myself. But I'm like, if I'm not gonna push myself, who gonna push me?
I mean, in order to have that boss mentality, you got to be harder. You the only person that is going to be hard on yourself. You know what I mean? They say pay the cost to be the boss. The cost is high. The cost is very high and shit. You know what I mean? So that's a dope mentality to have because people don't know how to govern themselves to that degree and hold themselves accountable to that degree.
And don't get it messed up. Like, I feel like we've accomplished some pretty dope things in our life, but you know, accountability is still an ongoing effort.
Right.
You know what I mean? To this day, I'm like, dang, D, my fault, bro. I forgot to call you the other day, bro. I know we needed this logo done. Like,
No,
you know,
for real.
For real.
Even
Accountability,
like everything that you do. Damn, I should have did that editing. Damn, I should have got up at 7 instead of 6, instead of 8, whatever. You know what I mean? You got to hold yourself accountable.
Procrastination is Satan. Good God.
Yo, for real. COVID, it got worse, I feel like, because before COVID, I feel like I was on grind times a million. When COVID hit, I'm like, yo, this would it feel like to relax? Like,
Yeah, I remember during COVID, right before COVID, I was falling asleep on people during like regular conversation. We used to be sitting here talking, and it's like and it's interesting. It wasn't like they were boring me. I was just tired. I leave one job, go to the next. I leave one shoot, go to the next. You know what I mean? I'm like, we sitting down now. It's time to chill. You smoke, chill, drink. You know what I mean? Your release for the day, and that's it.
I told you,
It's busy.
I done knocked out on a couple Zoom calls during COVID. Bro. I had my camera off, bro. I'm just on here like,
You wild.
that's the Prince of Hemp right there. That's he got that good hemp.
that's exactly what. Yo,
That's that good shit.
He had the good batch that day.
I forget, like I had my secretary on the line. They gave me the minutes, so I didn't miss nothing though. So I know me enough. But see, like just in those aspects of business, even learning yourself, like me as an individual, I had to be very real, and like we talked about accountability, I had to take levels of accountability with myself with certain life experiences. Like me as a CEO, how I deal with people who I contract with, the way I talk to people. I come from a military background. I'm from Detroit. I can be very stern and people can take my tone wrong. So sometimes I have to learn to adjust that. And it's not necessarily like simping or
No, you gotta know your crowd.
Right.
You gotta know who you're talking to.
Exactly.
Not everybody can be receptive to the way you talk. So you gotta learn how to say this, give the same information to different people. You know what I'm saying?
if not for the sake of them, for the sake of the money.
Right.
Some people got to look at it like that because they was like, I'm not going to bend my ways for another individual. I used to be like that a little bit. You feel me? I used to be like that too. And then you find out that you offend a lot of people that way. You know what I mean? And you don't even know. You motherfuckers be like,
Nobody wants to work with somebody that's hard to work with. You know what I mean?
Right.
Unfortunately, that's
So
what it is.
I'm about to say, in your field, you work with a lot of professionals. Like I've had my interactions with people in the music industry, and
You deal with a lot of bullshit more than you do professionals.
and it's more.
Bullshit come from the
I feel like in that industry is more ego. It's a lot of ego based and like calm your ass down. And like you know what I'm saying? Like you're not really even that.
Everybody in their head is that motherfucker.
Bigger than life.
100%. Everybody.
I don't want to be that guy, but like I do a lot of finances and bookkeeping, and one thing I know is if these people ain't on the road doing shows, they ain't got the numbers to back their mouth. And like most artists that I know, unfortunately, they don't understand that for being an artist, like we got taught this in school, artist is a struggling field. That includes music, that includes art, and you have to go through that grind period in order for you to gain that success. And some people haven't really understood what that is, and they just expect it for handouts. Even like where I come from, like Big Sean, he'd tell his story, like in Detroit, like he got signed and went a long time without making money, almost a year.
Right.
So it's just like people
All the finally famous and all that. Yeah.
So
I'm like, bro, you
I
don't
think
talk to me crazy. You ain't got 7 figures.
I got money on my mind. I'm just trying to get some dough.